Every career path carries risk, but when you look at which professions actually weather economic storms, accounting consistently separates itself from the pack. While other sectors freeze hiring or shed jobs during a downturn, the demand for financial transparency and compliance only increases. Because of this, unemployment rates for accounting professionals have historically stayed below 3%, even during severe recessions. In the immediate fallout of the Great Crash of 2008, when millions of jobs disappeared overnight, organizations still needed professionals to audit their losses, navigate new tax codes, and restructure their debt. The work didn't vanish, it multiplied. That baseline of necessity continues today. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a steady 4 to 5% job growth for accountants and auditors through 2032. Success in this field depends on how you align your specific financial goals with your upfront investment of time and capital. Many people picture accounting as a trap, a career spent sitting in a back office doing endless manual tabulation and basic data entry. Modern software handles the repetitive math. Today, accounting is the foundational language of business strategy. It is about taking the financial data, interpreting it, and using it to accurately forecast where a company should allocate its resources next. To figure out your exact entry point, we need to look at this graph mapping steady job growth against the concept of educational stacking. You have 3 distinct milestones: the 2-year associate degree, the 4-year bachelor's, and the 5 to 6-year master's and credentialing track. Accessing the highest-paying, most strategic tiers of the industry requires an escalating commitment. Each subsequent milestone demands more of your time, more tuition capital, and more rigorous certification. Maximizing your return on investment means matching your immediate need for a paycheck against the correct starting tier on that graph. The 2-year associate degree is your fastest, lowest barrier route into the workforce. Your inputs here are straightforward. You spend 2 years mastering core accounting software like QuickBooks, learning the mechanics of basic financial reporting, and managing daily operational ledgers. With a Tier 1 associate degree, you secure entry-level roles like bookkeeper or payroll clerk, earning $40,000 to $55,000. The severe trade-off is the earning ceiling. Because tasks are highly operational, it's difficult to scale income upward without returning for more education. Additionally, these early career support roles generally require you to be on-site or hybrid. You do not have the professional leverage to demand a fully remote schedule yet. Ultimately, the associate tier is the optimal launchpad if you are budget-conscious, need immediate income, and want to enter the field with minimal student debt. Moving up the ladder, the 4-year bachelor's degree serves as the standard professional requirement for any mid-level career mobility. The inputs double. You are committing 4 years of time and tuition, expanding your skill stack to include macroeconomics, business law, and predictive analytics. Updating to Tier 2, this level unlocks analytical positions, like staff accountant, pushing your salary range to $85,000. But the true value is access. A bachelor's degree gives you the baseline credit hours required to sit for major professional licensing exams. The trade-offs here are significant. You take on higher upfront debt, delay your prime earning years, and enter a highly competitive bracket where further promotion often demands external certifications. Still, if your long-term goal involves strategic advisory or executive leadership, the bachelor's degree is a mandatory bridge. Finally, we reach the master's and credentialing tier. This is the ultimate optimizer for maximizing your lifetime earning potential. The educational inputs are heavy. You have to reach a critical 150 credit threshold, which typically requires 5 to 6 total years of university schooling. You also have to pass grueling, multi-part credentialing exams. In this industry, the CPA, or Certified Public Accountant license, is the absolute gold standard. Completing this third tier changes the math entirely. You gain access to executive roles, like Chief Financial Officer, with salaries scaling well over $200,000. Because your signature carries legal weight at this tier, you unlock professional autonomy, including fully remote work. The cost is immense. You sacrifice years of your life, endure intense stress during the exam phase, and accept the burden of mandatory continuous education for the rest of your career. This track is strictly for the upwardly ambitious professional, willing to trade a half-decade of intense effort up front in order to permanently eliminate their earning ceiling. We have to address the automation anxiety. Many prospective students worry that artificial intelligence will replace standard accounting jobs entirely. The reality is that traditional, purely manual ledger tracking and basic compliance functions are highly vulnerable to automation. Software can reconcile columns of numbers instantly. To survive, you have to execute a technical pivot. Modern students must dedicate time to mastering advanced data visualization, Excel dashboards, and complex business analytics tools. This requires a proactive, self-taught mindset. Getting comfortable with analytical software often requires pushing beyond the college syllabus and doing your own reps. Automation is a threat if your only skill is recording data. It becomes a massive competitive advantage if you learn how to interpret it. An accounting degree is highly modular, which means you don't have to commit to a rigid 6-year path on day one to see a strong return on your investment. We can map this clearly on a quadrant chart, comparing educational effort against your potential earning ceiling. If you are a pragmatic, budget-conscious viewer, you belong in the associate path quadrant. This position allows you to earn while you learn. You get your foot in the door quickly, build your operational skills, and preserve the option to use employer tuition assistance to fund your future degrees later. Alternatively, if you are an ambitious, upward optimizer, your target is squarely in the master's and CPA track. For you, the foundational associate and bachelor's degrees aren't terminal endpoints. They are merely the required stepping stones on your way to executive leverage. By treating your education as a calculated, tiered investment, an accounting degree remains one of the most reliable wealth-building engines in the modern economy.